Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. Super excited to be back over in Dallas, North Carolina, not Dallas, Texas. You're right just a little west of
Yes,
west
so
of
we're
Charlotte.
about 40 miles west of Charlotte.
Yes.
Yep. And so people do get confused a lot of times because
Yes.
there is another Creekside in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, is there?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
wow.
Completely different nursery, but
Okay,
yes. So
right.
we are in Dallas, North Carolina.
Yes.
And yeah. So thank you for coming back. This is your second time here.
It is my second time here, and you guys have done a lot. Jenny and Jerry, if you guys have not followed Gardening with Creekside
Yep.
YouTube channel, it's blown up a bit since I was here 2 years ago.
It's been nuts.
Everything has blown up a bit. So we're going to take a look around at just some of the accomplishments in the 2 years since I was here. One of the things you put in was this kind of a border. You decided to have your house as a separate from your nursery.
Yes.
Kind of. And
So we decided, we call this the privacy berm.
Yes, gotcha.
So we say on this side, the nursery side, we welcome customers to come and look and touch and take pictures.
Right.
And then on the house side, you can look over the fence.
Yes.
But not go around, because the house side we keep as the private side, and that, of course, as you know, is what videos are for, right?
Exactly.
We show you that side on the videos, but no. So it's a privacy berm, roughly 100 feet long, and the widest is up here at the top because we wanted to include the 2 maple trees that were already existing, and then it just kind of ebbs and weaves as far as the distance between.
So you have clay-based
Oh
soil.
my gosh, yes.
What kind of soil? What kind of soil did you mound this up with? What kind is it?
So
It looks like pine bark and.
Well, so we did a couple of things. One, we brought in just some native soil because we wanted it to raise up a little bit, and then we came back with a great bulk compost.
Okay.
And then this is kind of a special blend that we have our folks do for us. So it's 60% pine bark and 40% compost.
Yes.
And we wanted to try this because nothing is flat here at Creekside, and typically we always have to use like a hardwood mulch because of just the rains in the winter washing.
Yep.
This is not washed at all, so we have
nice.
been really excited. The plants love it. This is not even a year old. This berm is not even a year old, and
it's literally
doing
what the plants are grown in their containers.
Yes.
You just kind of recreated the container mix, and now it has that clay base, so it has that has access to the nutrients.
Absolutely.
But it's high and dry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's kind of...
We do have drip irrigation in here. The bones were in here when we installed the bed, but we didn't get it hooked up until 1st of July.
Right.
So it was not on irrigation until July, and I run it once a week for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
And that's it.
Not too much.
Just a nice, good
When it
drink.
being elevated, you're going to have to water it a little bit more. Once you decide to elevate something.
Exactly.
Keeps them high and dry, keeps you from drowning them, but you probably need a little more water.
They need a little bit more water.
Right.
Because we are here, it's October, and it's what, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Typically in the summer, we could not stand here because it would be so hot with the sun. So that's why I put the Russian sage, and all my drought-loving plants are up here.
Yeah, and you got pollinators everywhere.
I do.
Is that Platinum Beauty Lamondra?
It is.
Yeah, that's.
I have been really happy with that.
Yeah, it's Zone 8 hardy, but I bet it'll be fine here.
So it was planted in the spring.
Okay, gotcha.
So we will see. I'm really hoping that it survives the winter.
Yeah, I love that thing. I absolutely love it. And we've had one in a container that survived the winter last year.
Okay.
We did protect it on that December 23rd night. When everything got kind of nuked. How did you guys do in the Arctic blast?
So this berm was new. We had so like the black pine was here, no problem. I mean, it was fine, right? Yeah. Hydrangeas of course, were defoliated by that point in the season, perfectly fine. I had planted some loropetalums. They were not even a month old. Yeah. Toast. I mean, just ended up getting rid of them. Right. We have October Magic Ruby camellias on the other side of the berm. Yeah. Didn't miss a beat. Right. Did excellent.
Just probably the wind went right over top of it.
I really think it did. It did. And, and we have a viburnum also, and the viburnum, it's an evergreen viburnum, completely defoliated. And I'm like, it's gone. I've lost it. But nope.
It came right back out.
It came right back out.
Oh, nice.
So other than the loropetalums, that was our biggest loss.
Right. Yeah. And I always say if it's marginal in your area, spring plant it.
Yes.
And at least give it a fighting chance before it comes back around. Let's look at some of your other accomplishments.
Yes, let's do.
Okay. Greenhouse.
Yes.
Back here, wasn't back here. You had another kind of hoop house, more of just kind of an overwintering.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had 2 of those, and then we replaced it with this guy. Best thing we ever did. I mean, it is fantastic. So It's a dual purpose, so it's both
Yeah.
for production and for retail space, because we want I mean, as you know, you want your customers to enjoy
Yes, right.
their time here and to be
for sure,
comfortable.
for sure.
And it has just been, it's been a game changer. It has been, we can use that now 12 months out of the year instead of say
Right.
just, a handful of times.
You can grow the first round of plants in
Yes.
there, right? So
Right.
you'll
Our
grow the
annuals,
first round
yep.
of plants while you're closed. So
Yep.
those will be the first things out, and then
Exactly.
you'll put new things in there.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So you did a concrete floor.
We went
You-
whole,
you
whole
went
9
big.
yards.
You went big. You went
We
big.
went big. Go big or go home, right? So
Right, yeah.
we did it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're growing your own mums?
We grow our own mums.
Are you
yes.
growing pansies?
We do a handful, so the
Right.
pansies for the gardens here at the nursery we do.
Gotcha.
For retail, we use a nursery just down the road from us. that
They're
we
very
love and adore.
specialized. I don't think people
are.
realize how specialized pansies
They are.
actually are. They're some of the other annuals, you can kind of have a formula. Pansies always have a separate formula.
Right, and so
Yeah.
we can get, because they're friends of ours, and they just did an amazing job with their fall program.
Oh, they look fantastic.
So they've got the pansies, violas, the cabbages, the kales, the mustards, the Swiss chard, all of that kind of stuff, and we
Right.
just get all from them. Jerry has perfected the mums, and we
Yeah,
do.
they look great.
We do great with the mums, and so if you need a mum, come see Creekside Nursery. We've got plenty of mums for you.
Right. Are they all in the kind of deco?
They are. So
that's an 8-inch deco? Is that what that is?
This is
Or
a
10-inch
10 inch.
deco?
This is a 10 inch.
deco.
So
Okay.
we did this when we first started growing mums. My guiding principle has always been, even when we started the farmers market days, is if I like it a certain way, or if I would use it for my family, if I would feed it to my family, if I would use it in my garden, then odds are other people are going to like that too.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy to have like a black pot with a mum. So it cost us just a little bit more to get the deco pot, but you can literally take this and put it on your front porch, and
Right.
you don't have to repot it
And
or
they can
hide it.
reuse the pot if they
And they
want
can
to.
reuse it for
Right.
all sorts of fun things. I've done it a ton. And so, yeah. And then another little hack is just, of course, talking about those nice pottery pots.
Yeah,
just slide it down in there.
The other thing about the cabbage and kale and all those things, those can last most of the winter for
They
us.
do.
Yeah.
They do. So this is Ms. America, and I think we did Ms. America for the first time last year.
Yeah, this is
or
one
maybe
this
maybe
one we grow as well. It's, oh my gosh, so showy.
Isn't it great?
It's so showy.
It is so showy, and it
Yeah.
tastes good. Do you ever eat it?
I don't know that we've eaten this way. We have so many greens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice and spicy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I haven't
it's
had-
almost like an arugula type, like
Okay.
a spicy
Well, all
arugula.
right. I'll
So
have to
yeah,
try it.
so if it gets a little out of hand, just go out and cut some and throw it in your salad.
Right. Usually in
There
our
you go.
garden, the rabbits have already taken
Oh,
care
yeah,
of some of it.
There you go. But no, this lasted for us all winter long and was beautiful.
It did ours as well.
I
yeah,
mean,
it was one of the
just
best. It was one of the
gorgeous.
standouts.
Absolutely.
in-
So yeah,
in the garden.
we go through Ms. America like you wouldn't believe.
Last time I was here, this patio was not quite complete.
Correct.
It was under construction.
It is. Yes. And so now it is complete, and we thoroughly enjoy this space.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year.
Right.
Because
yeah, as it's cool.
Because
yes.
it's cooling off, because this can be when the sun's out, this is the hottest spot in the garden,
yeah.
for sure.
I
Yeah.
had that at my old house on the kind of the just the north side where the sun moves over here for a few weeks, and like it's like it's really
It gets really, really
my
hot.
back deck was like that. Summer it was unusable. You couldn't, if you were barefoot, it'd burn you.
No, right, absolutely.
Yeah,
You cannot do that.
And then come fall though, when the sun moved back just a bit, it was like, oh,
This is heavenly back here, especially this time of year. So we sit back here a lot, and and we've developed this because we built our house in the middle of the field.
Right.
So trying to enclose it and make it feel a little bit more
Right.
nooked in, and this was one of the big project to get that done.
One of our design things we talk about sometimes is keeping things, not putting really tall things like right here, so
Absolutely.
that it would turn this into a bit of a prison. You
Yes.
still want to see out.
Yes.
And then you have a layer back here where
Right.
you can block, so you can move your height out away
Yes.
from the house sometimes, and you can have the shorter things like let's pan around here, Steph. She got some Sprinter boxwoods, and that's that white shishi.
It is, and that thing has done really, really well. And then I have two of the Diamond Spire gardenias there by the steps as well.
I see it.
And we were talking about the Arctic Blast. Man, those things did not miss a beat, because one is protected from the house, by the house, and then with all the brick and the stone, it was
Right.
nice and toasty and warm, and everything back here did great. And the camellias, I cannot wait to see those camellias in bloom.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! And that
you
double white flower.
imagine?
That double white flower. It's
I know.
such a good plant. That gardenia is Buddy Lee's breeding. I need to say that. He's inventor of Encore azaleas, and that gardenia is so different than any other gardenia I've ever seen.
It's really fun.
Yeah, the leaves are different.
Mm-hmm.
The upright narrow habit's different. It's not. I don't know what he did over there. I don't know what he's concocted.
It's really fun. And gardenias are my favorite plant, but
Right.
even if it didn't bloom,
Right.
the leaves on that thing, because it's so dark and shiny and glossy, and just the shape of it is great.
Yeah.
I pruned it for the first time this year
Yeah.
because it's been in the ground 3 years, I believe.
Right.
So I had to give it a little shape up, and I still wasn't getting blooms even after that, which I was pleasantly surprised. But
Nice.
it's done great.
You have a few of those Waikiki.
I do. So Southern Living was
Collocation.
kind enough to send those to us, and we kind of had a little bit of a cooler spring.
Yeah,
And
right.
so, I wasn't complaining, but the Calocasias, they kind of sat there for a little bit, but man, they took off and are super happy. I think I'm going to move them. I don't know. I like them in that spot.
Right.
But they're beautiful.
Yeah, and
so
they're always changing.
They are.
They're always
Absolutely.
changing. Yeah, it's like yellow and then pink and then
Because you can look on that one plant and there's no two leaves are really the same.
Right.
A lot of difference in there.
It's
A lot of
fun.
variation. Yeah.
Your big recent addition.
Ta-da!
Yes.
Yes. So the chicken coop. So we got we have started out with 12 girls. I call them the girls,
Yes,
the chickens, because
yes.
I wanted all females for eggs.
Right.
And so we got them in March, and then we ordered the coop from Carolina Coops, which is a fella North Carolinian, and we got it as the kit. So we assembled it together and put it up here. We had to clear out this whole area. It was a bunch of what I call like junk trees, pine trees that were at 90-degree angles.
Right.
It's not good
Right.
whatsoever.
We always have our fair share of gums. And
Yes,
things like
exactly.
that.
So
Yeah,
we cleaned it out so that way we could put the gardens in and put the chicken coop in. We now have 9 girls because 2 of them turned out to be roosters.
Okay.
So they got rehomed
Right.
to actual viewers. And then if you raise chickens, you know you're going to lose one. So we lost one within like the first week as a little chick. So we have
right,
9.
yeah.
9's a good number. They are laying faithfully. And this part of the garden is a little sad just because we are dry. And we have not had
Right.
rain.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
with
yeah.
my annuals, I'm just kind of like, I'm
Right.
done. I'm
And
tired.
we talked about at the beginning, you guys are over here towards Charlotte,
Yes.
and we're in Raleigh, both in Boomtown, USA.
Yes, there you go.
It can't grow any faster in our
No.
2 cities.
No.
We had Tropical Storm Ophelia, and the way these tropical rains work, you get it all or you get nothing. So we had 6 inches of rain. You guys
We had
missed
maybe 15 minutes of a light shower.
15 minutes of a light shower. That would have left us extremely dry if
We
had
are
that rain.
very, very dry. I was telling you earlier that I have a woodland garden and I ran that drip irrigation for 3 hours, and it's still, I guarantee you, is dry under there.
Right.
We're just very dry. But I can't say a whole lot because we have friends in Texas, who
Right.
are crazy. But no, yeah, so we just, anything here we have to hand water, and this is where I have a lot of fun developing and putting things in here. But yeah, the chicken coop has been a really fun new addition. And then of course these are all annuals, so they'll be gone and I can switch them out and put whatever I want to in here next year.
Fun. So this is your big change that's coming.
It is. This is the future home of a 90 by 96, 3 gutter connected greenhouses that we will use for production, of course retail, the online store that will be launching with the annuals and the perennials come spring. So yeah, in fact, the greenhouse is in the trailer of the truck.
Yes, I see it.
So it's a giant kit that put together, but we learned with the retail greenhouse, this is where we hire people. So
Yes,
we have
right.
a crew come in,
What's Jerry,
and it's
Jerry's
great.
just going to kick his feet up and...
He does. Yeah,
he's gonna watch.
He does. He gets his iced coffee and sits in his chair and,
Right,
and
watch
watches
these guys
back and
work.
goes, guys, that needs to go a little to the left.
Yeah.
And so it'll be a 90 by 96,
Okay,
and then we'll be
gotcha.
able to do move the potty machine in here. Will be it will not all be concrete.
Yeah.
We'll have different parts of it will be concrete.
And most of that's what I see is that
Yeah.
some is fabric, some is concrete. That's pretty
Exactly.
typical of what I see when I see most commercial
Because we're not putting in
greenhouses.
drain floors and flood floors, and
Right. Yeah,
we're not going that route.
You had the 2 production houses up here. You
Yes.
moved the old hoop house up next to it.
Exactly. So
And
that's
then
yep.
this and then this production area
Right,
that's over there for which your mums
yes.
and shrubs. You got some fruit trees over there, I saw. What's
Yes,
going on with your fruit trees?
so that is my dad's orchard.
Oh, okay.
So that is my dad's orchard. Yeah, we get a lot of questions about that between the orchard and then the longleaf pines that are behind there. So that's all my parents' fun stuff, projects that they do.
Oh, nice.
That. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So because this spot where the greenhouse is going used to be our original shrub lot. And of course, obviously we lost that and had to majorly condense. So the pots are in there really close together. So we'll have to expand that, open up a new area. Yeah, because they just can't grow that way.
Yeah.
So
how many acres are you guys on here?
So we have 8.5.
Okay, gotcha.
8.5
Nice.
acres, and yeah, absolutely.
It allows you to separate the three things a bit: your home, retail, and growing.
It does, because the production area obviously is not open for consumers to come up and shop. I mean, it is a production area, so this is more of a private area. You got to have some place to be messy, right? And you can't always be neat and tidy all the time. But no, this does. And so this, we could easily get 18-wheelers in here, UPS, FedEx, whoever needs to come in here can easily get in here. Right. But yeah, the guys come tomorrow to start the installation. Wow. So we'll, exciting. We'll be documenting that whole process.
Okay, over on your channel?
Over on our channel.
Gardening with Creekside. When are you guys open?
Yes, so we do have limited hours. Like you're a Southerner, so you can appreciate this, is that I reckon Creekside Nursery is like a good Southern barbecue joint. Has limited hours. Right. So if you want that great barbecue or you want these fantastic plants, you'll come see us Wednesdays through Saturdays, 9 to 3. There you go. Yep, and basically we're open year round. We do take... we'll close mid-December, reopen mid-February, just take a couple of months off just to get some production things going, because we do grow all of our plants. So we've got to pot up and do that kind of stuff. And then we reopen mid-February. And it's gangbusters ever since. Yeah, I've done it all. I've done all versions of this. And I said this jokingly with Jerry. So sometimes I'll give a talk and I'll go, it'll be to garden centers, and I'll be asked the garden centers, how many of you are also growing some plants? They'll grow annuals or poinsettias or baskets, some part of their growing, and then they'll buy the shrubs in or whatever. You guys are growing the shrubs and the annuals and the baskets. And then I go, is there anybody in here also landscaping? And that's always the one crazy person in the crowd who's trying to do all three, and that's Jerry. That is my husband. Yes, and I'm just along for the ride. And sometimes I'm like, babe, we got to slow down, because I can't ride this merry-go-round much longer, because I'm about to but it is never boring around here. Yeah. It is never boring. There's always something going on, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It is fun. And selling, plant people are fun to be around. They're not. They are. Yeah. They are. You're just very rarely you're going to get somebody that you just don't want, what I mean? Normally it's just great people. No. And Stephanie and I were talking, and we're like, this is like the best part of the job is meeting people. Yeah. Right? Because if you weren't in this business and I wasn't in this business, then we wouldn't we wouldn't meet each other. And so you get to meet all these great people who work in the industry, and then of course your customers and your viewers, you get to meet them. And some of them end up in the industry. They do. Yeah, they do. It's kind of wild how that happens. Fun and wild. Yeah. That we never expected that when we started our social media channels, that we would be influencing and inspiring other small garden centers to open up. Right. And young couples to start this business, because it is fun. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. For sure. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow Gardening with Creekside, and subscribe to HortTube as well if you haven't subscribed. Thanks for watching.